fact that the Sussex couple was downgraded is the best news we've seen recently. I see that many of you are not satisfied with keeping the link, and think that the king is still lenient with his traitorous son. However, I think this is a good move. Harry and Meghan's ridiculous photos and commercial links have destroyed their royal image. Let us find out in this video, and welcome back to the Royal News 365 channel, where all of your snarkiest dreams come true, as I share my deepest, scathingest thoughts about the dull Duchess and her handbag Harold. Let me summarize a bit. Surely you all know that Harry only has the title of Duke on the royal family's official website. He became the last line to line up other than Andrew. However, what makes people confused is that the palace keeps a direct link to Meghan's website sussex.com. This is what makes many people unhappy, because it could drive clicks to Meghan's website. However, I believe that this is a clear line where the royal family does not want to be involved with these two people anymore. I love how Meghan and Harry have been reduced to a joint page. All the other Duchess have their page. She is going to be pissed she doesn't have her bio. I wish they were completely removed, yet knowing she doesn't have her bio will piss her off. I'm taking that as a win. You can see there are some classy digs in there. And it just goes to show how childish and mean-spirited Harry and Meghan are, and how classy the British royal family is. And I have to admit that I had to laugh at the royal family website. Scrolling down past the respectful, dutiful, beautifully dressed close-ups of the main members, right at the bottom after Andrew, we get to the Harkles in their casual, hippy-dippy beach shot. There's some serious shade being thrown here. They could have used pics of them from back in the day, with him in a suit or military uniform, and her in one of her ugly, fancy outfits. Instead, ultra-casual beach shot with them wearing leis. A sweet nod to the American Riviera where they live overseas. Like, way overseas, a million miles from anything remotely royal. It's just like recollections may vary. Harry and Meghan look like unprofessional, unserious clowns in the photo chosen for them with the floral wreaths and casual clothing, while all the other royals are in dignified clothing. Does anyone else notice that the joint image of the gruesome twosome has them doing their favorite things and gripping each other? Not them holding hands, this. Meghan doesn't bear up to close scrutiny and looks slightly demonic. Harry looks lost and queasy, yet they grip each other like two arthritic boa constrictors. Well done, Palace. She is saying to herself, I am ultimately going to be better than the senior royals. I am so relatable sitting on the beach. That's actually a rather nice picture of them. Imagine how many thousands of photos some poor intern had to scroll through to find her wearing something that fits both her body and the occasion, and not deep eye-boning the back wall of the camera. Top marks, poor intern. This was such a well-chosen photo. The Harkles are a pompous pair and take themselves extremely seriously. They will hate this photo because they aren't dressed fancy and just look like a pair of cheap tourists. It's a very obvious dig at them. Yet the palace has plausible deniability in that if there's a complaint, they can just say they wanted a photo showing what a happy, approachable, and laid-back couple they are. Except for Harry in a plane and Meghan on suits, the pics are different and truly awful. In one snap from the Australia or New Zealand tour, Meghan looks high, her dress wrinkled, feet sticking out of gladiator sandals with chipped toenail polish. In another, Harry looks like a bald clown. The current photos are not their best, are they? I'm going to have to try to hunt down which ones they had previously to compare. I remember they had an equally bad photo of Meghan on the old page. Harry looked more presentable in the older photos. And the people updating the website using this shitty pic laughing. I love that the first photo of Harry after the Apache shot shows him balding. Such brilliance. So half of their royal image has collapsed. They are too pathetic to be placed near other members. The other half is how the palace lets the Sussex brand become a commercial symbol. Like, they're here with their job to make money. It has nothing to do with us. I think they finally crossed the last line with that ridiculous website for Harry's wife. So, the royal family are making it clear that there is no way back for them, regardless of what silly name they chose to call it. It's still Meghan marketing and commercializing her title. To be honest, there is still too much about them on there for my liking. Still, it's a step in the right direction, yet the sooner they are completely wiped off, the better as far as I am concerned. I've been very critical of the king, saying I hope he proves me wrong. Bravo, King Charles. I humbly say I was wrong in thinking you would do nothing. I know there is more to be done, yet this is a big step. Or it may be Prince William who spearheaded the change and downgrade. I thought it was a huge blow, even though many wanted to see their removal. Seriously, why is this a surprise? They left the royal family. They did an Oprah interview trashing the family with half-truths and downright lies. He wrote a book, Trashing the Family and Littered with Lies. They've made a living, keeping themselves in the public eye by trashing the family and lying. She fed her mouthpiece lies for him to trash the family. So this is something we expect, not a surprise. Even better, a fellow sinner noticed the names Prince Harry, or Meghan are not mentioned at all. Only the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It was said a while back that Meghan was lobbying for her full-cray biography from sussex.com to be put on the royal family website. So they edited her right down to the bare essentials and gave a link to that site. In other words, read that at your own peril, yet it's nothing to do with us. There is a particularly grim pic of her in suits on the royal family website. I will admit that at first I thought the website edit did not go far enough. Then I went on to read the biographies of the actual, real, hard-working royals. This was a great move. The disparities are crystal clear. Most of us know them as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, or Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. To refer to them using just their titles was a deliberate snub, I think. There is no warmth, just titles and facts. In the future, if somebody wants to know who the Duchess of Sussex was, they will have to do a bit of research because her actual name hasn't been mentioned. Well done, I think. Their website has the Duke and Duchess. They have been asking since then to every media use these terms. Their new brand is the Duke and the Duchess, and they are together in their fake photo opportunities. The royal website just followed their request. It's just the standardization of the brand across different websites. I'm convinced whoever wrote her bio was absolutely snarking. You can read, she most notably played the role of Rachel Zane on the series Suits, and then later on trolls about alongside her successful career as an actress. Let's just point out that the most notable part she could get as a D-list actress was 60 on the call sheet supporting role of Rachel Zane, using Suits pics, so not royal. Interesting that she filmed 100 episodes, or was at least still a part of the cast when they hit that. In the old days, 100 episodes meant syndication and royalties for the cast from reruns. I assume that has gone away with streaming, yet I wonder if there is some kind of compensation involved. Yet they forgot to mention her book and her podcast. Didn't she pay to get The Bench included on some bestseller list? They seem to have forgotten to mention Harry's book too and their Netflix series. It's almost as though the palace feels their post-royal achievements are not worth mentioning. It's exactly like that. The royals do not mention anything after their stepping down, 'cause the Harkles are no longer relevant. I know everyone wants to see them off the site altogether, yet remember that for a narcissist she will see the whittling down of her bio and pics as wounding and be smashing more crockery in Montecito tonight. The royal family is playing the long game. Do not worry, karma is coming for these two. I wonder if they're communicating through lawyers. If they're adding more for Rachel, I would assume that she's already clapping back. And that would mean that she's unhappy. I'm happy about this news, yet at the same time worried about it. How long will this last? Harry is like, okay, pretty soon I will be back with Dad and William. I know! I will be welcomed back. I'm Harry, Diana's son. I'm just happy because the British royal family finally did it. However, the Sussex couple is back under the royal family tab. It's enough for me that they have been consolidated into one post, which we all know that Meghan is not going to like that one bit. Part of me believes that Meghan and Harry's ridiculous actions have made the palace determined to speed up the process. However, I also believe that Harry and Meghan were warned about it a month ago, which is rather interesting when one sees when the attacks on Catherine started. Can you imagine the press coverage they would have received with their complaints if they were not told beforehand? They were warned. I hope it takes a while with lots of red tapes before they can upload the new edits. I think the article Meghan would never have made this mistake because of her freakish attention to detail just showed her for the bully she is. Maybe this is the big announcement. The Harkles broke the Sandringham Agreement, so now have no place on the website, or indeed in the royal family. They are doomed to failure. The venture will have broken the Sandringham Agreement. They've sailed close to the line time and time again, yet have steamed straight on over on this occasion, just like toddlers testing the boundaries to see how far they can actually go. In my opinion, removing them from the website is merely the tip of the iceberg. More is in the offing, and the yacht madam is well aware of the details. It's to be hoped Meghan doesn't fly into a rage and smash any of the low-quality, high-priced goods destined to be hawked on the website. Sussex couple now condensed as a couple rather than having separate bios. They've given them a beach. Here we are, living our lives overseas photograph. By way of contrast, other family members look composed and quite formal. Buckingham Palace snark at its finest. It's a welcome change. Harry and his wife seem to have played all their cards. Over and over and over. They played down everything too quickly. They danced with the devil too sinfully. And now here we go. The royal family still has all their cards in hand. It's a slow trickle of karma from here on out. I will remind you that Harry is still facing visa issues in the U.S. Keep in mind that the Department of Homeland Security must hand over Harry's visa application on Thursday, March 21 earlier this month. Before a judge in sworn testimony, they argued that because Harry still represents the monarchy, he'd still be entitled to hold a diplomatic visa. They also more or less confirmed Harry entered the U.S. under one back in 2020, then later argued he could still hold it since he still represented the monarchy. Fortunately, the judge stated that didn't seem to line up with what Harry wrote in Spare. In my opinion, the timing of the removal of the wording that Harry still serves the monarch while splitting his time between the U.S. and the U.K. may be tied to the Heritage Foundation v's Department of Homeland Security case. Perhaps more drastic changes to the royal website will be rolled out in the future. However, time was of the essence in getting this change made. They also aren't the type to just remove people without giving a reason why. Something similar happened in the past, and they were asked and said they were just updating. What has happened is a step in the right direction, yet I see no need for all the other guff on there about these two traitors. Any statement about the two of them should be short and kept to a minimum, not pages and pages of quotes from their speeches. I hate that it still said they were representing the king and the Commonwealth. At least now when someone visits the website, it's clear that they're no longer working royals. Also, what this update tells me is that they will never return as working royals. This may be the first step in going after Meghan because of her new Instagram account breaking the Sandringham Agreement by using her Duchess title. Meghan is in big trouble, in my opinion. Maybe now they may lose Sussex titles and Harry Prince titles placed in abeyance, may now as Mr. and Mrs. Harry Mountbatten Windsor. However, I know it's difficult to do that. Actually, I don't think many of us care about the Prince Harry thing. However, the Duke title was gifted by the late Queen in anticipation of him and his wife following the tradition of service to the people of Sussex. That has all been thrown over the bridge, and I know it is a follow the rules undertaking to rescind the Duke and Duchess Sussex from this couple, yet please show us how it's done. Imagine Meghan's only royal connection being Princess Harry. More than plates would be flying. Sadly, the gruesome two still has an entry there. After all that they did, their new title flogging website, the claim of the surname Sussex for the kids, now using the clout from the Diana Awards with a real royal attending to launch a jam line. I think we've been seeing their meltdown happening for the past month. The attacks on William and Catherine always come when the Harkles aren't getting what they want. And the attacks haven't worked. Meghan and Harry keep using the same tactics, and yet they're still not getting the consequences they desire. I didn't think they were this dumb, yet they really truly are. So tired of their tantrums. I kind of view the link to their website as the British royal family saying they want everyone to be clear that the work the grifters are doing is not royal work. It's theirs and theirs alone. A way to indicate that they're separate. However, wish they weren't on that royal family tab at all. Especially with all the avenues they keep being given to spew their bullshit, even though they're both known mega liars. Why keep giving them interviews, panels, awards, etc.? It makes no sense. I mean, I know the grifters are paying for most of this, yet anyone with an ounce of integrity would forgo the payment and say no to these lying drama creators. Why haven't they been cancelled yet? Removing the king's son and grandchildren completely would look petty, particularly as King Charles has only 2 kids. However, they are listed as not working royals, and Meghan's bio lists her as merely an actress before marrying Harry. They even mentioned her stupid cable TV show character and the tag. This reads to me like a distancing and firm confirmation that Harry and Meghan do not represent the monarchy. I think this is the shady version of giving you what you want. My favorite part is the Duke and Duchess were given their titles by Queen Elizabeth on the day of their marriage. That's all. I don't care if they're shoved into the corner. They should not have been so prominently displayed with the rest of the family as if they matter. So their removal from the main family page is a step in the right direction. The fact there has been movement on an otherwise stagnant royal website tells me that the royal family isn't just idly sitting by as the Princess of Wales and the King are attacked non-stop online. Things will happen. Again, it's slow as molasses, yet things are happening. Could this be the preamble to the parliamentary action on removing Harry from the royal line of succession, or their titles, that is scheduled to start in June? This will help us stop hearing nonsense about these two. I imagine she repeated her speech at least once a year since about 7th or 8th grade. I don't know for sure yet. She had to have repeated it while representing the royal family. I know it's a teeny tiny window, because she didn't make it through the probationary period that you go through when you start a new job. Now I have to know, did the woman use her platform as a royal to sing praises to her younger self? I think the quotes are all bits of speeches made while representing the Queen on their different outings during Meghan's probationary start that failed. And I believe this action of the royal family is correct. I think they will never be fully removed because Harry is still a blood relative and they have to keep him there for full disclosure, like, these people are related to us. We're not hiding that fact, yet we have nothing whatsoever to do with whatever they're doing. They also informed Harry and Meghan that's why Meghan went ahead with the Instagram and her title on it, the creation of the Sussex website, and still does cling so intensely even now. Don't we all recall her and Harry renouncing titles and how he just wanted to be known as just Harry? Hypocrites. Meghan and Harry are not completely deleted. They are buried much deeper within the site. They can be found under related content, and they are lumped together as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. You have to click on that to get to their individual profiles. They no longer have their individual photos. Their bios are very, very short, and I don't see mention of the kids. However, Archie still has a press release announcement of his delivery. Nothing about Lily, yet both kids are still listed in the line of succession. You have to search to find the succession page. This makes the couple who likes to play the victim unable to cry out that they abandoned them. The royal family rejected them. The palace has its own way of playing, and Meghan will not be able to withstand it if they really play. I love that these changes have been sitting on the palace to-do list for months and months, and they have finally got around to it. This is a reaction to something and quite clearly says to me that the awful pair are never going to become working royals in any shape or form in the future. At long last, it is the timing of it that has intrigued me. It has been needing updating for so long, so why now? I am convinced something has triggered this. The truth behind Harry's brief meeting with King Charles. Why did he visit? Or the hounding of the Princess of Wales over the last weeks? Or the announcement of Meghan's ridiculous Riviera website and its monetizing of her title? Maybe the fact that this was unveiled along with the Archewell Award as Prince William was speaking at the Diana Awards ceremony was the last straw. The last straw for William may be after the barrage that Catherine has suffered. Either way, karma is coming. Although it is slow, it gradually crushes Harry and Meghan's illusions. They cannot return, nor can they ever become royals again. That's news we can rejoice in. That brings us to the end of my video. Hope you agree with my point of view. If not, please comment so we can discuss it. Don't forget to like and share the video so YouTube can recommend similar videos. And if you want to receive notifications about the latest videos, please subscribe. We will be back soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.